Hello, welcome to Tech Radar Talks. My name's James. I'm here with Hugh Langley. And today we're going to talk about E3, which is kicking off on Sunday.
Yeah, so it's quite exciting, as always, E3. So Sunday's the start of, we'll kick off actually. Sunday's going to be Bethesda, so that's going to be the first one.
Their first ever press conference.
Yeah, the first big press conference they've ever done. They've already announced Fallout 4, which, kind of takes away some of the excitement of E3. Again, I don't know why so many people like to announce before E3. It does take something away, but we haven't got a release date yet, so we expect to hear that. We expect to see some, in-game footage. They promised we're going to see it actually, it's going to be the first proper premiere, so I assume that means we're going to get some live footage of the game. A bit more about, the story, what's happening there, Vault 111, what's that all about. I'm interested to know, if there is going to be a kind of part of the game that's going to be set before the bombs go off. I think that's quite interesting, so I'll be interested to see that. That's going to be kicking off the whole of E3 really.
So what are we expecting to see, like from Xbox?
So Xbox, I think it's going to be very Tomb Raider focused. So we've got the Rise of the Tomb Raider is going to be a timed exclusive for Microsoft.
End of the year.
I expect we're going to be getting a lot of that and a lot of Halo 5. I think those are going to be the sort of two main things. They've hinted that, they said we're going to probably see a new IP, so that's going to be interesting. I don't know what that's going to be, but I don't know. They've already announced the new terabyte console and the new controller, so I don't think we're going to get any hardware.
No.
HoloLens is going to be interesting. I think that could be the most interesting takeaway, actually, that we might see some more gaming-focused stuff for HoloLens. I'm interested to see that, what they're going to do with it there. Using augmented reality while others are going for virtual reality. I think that's really fascinating.
We haven't really seen that at a gaming conference before, have we?
No, HoloLens has been a bit kind of bitty so far. We haven't really seen it. There's been stuff like Minecraft, but I'm interested to see how they're going to be incorporating that. Who knows? They could be doing something with Halo 5. We just don't know at the moment.
So Sony.
No hardware announcements from Sony so far. Probably nothing going to be big, but we could get a new PS4, like a slimmer version. So a couple of new models went through the FCC, including a terabyte version. So expect we might get a terabyte PS4 announced. I don't know if it's going to be a slim one. So the one that went through the one that kind of leaked out through the FCC certification was slightly lighter than the current one, but the dimensions were the same. So it could just be a test model. There could be a PS4 Slim, but I'd say it's unlikely.
It's a bit early for that.
And it's quite a slim console as it is. Like I don't know if they need to make the PS4 slimmer, to be honest. I don't think it needs
I like the design personally.
I think it's fine. So we'll probably get a terabyte PS4 announced. In terms of games, I think Uncharted 4 is going to be a big focus.
No Man's Sky.
No Man's Sky is an interesting one because they've been showing it off for so long, and it was such a big focus of last year's E3 for Sony, and we thought, there'll be a release date soon. Here we are a year later. It's gone very quiet. I mean, we know it's still in the workings, and I'm really excited about No Man's Sky, and I'm hoping this will get a release date next week. I think it's inevitable. So that's a big one. Other stuff, Morpheus, obviously, we're expecting to see some very gaming-focused Morpheus stuff. There's been very concept demo stuff so far. Some of it very cool. But hopefully we're going to get some really sort of meaty stuff, so like, proper games for Morpheus. I expect that's going to be a big focus of Sony's conference. And that's it really. I mean, The Last Guardian is always... I feel like this could be the year we get The Last Guardian. I really think it's about time, and we know they're still working on it. So
it's been out about 8 years since the announcement or something.
Jesus, it's been a long time. But they did say last year that it is still coming, and I think that this could be a good time. I mean, they really want something. The problem with E3 and this year and on years before, it's so many, like I said earlier, so many of the secrets and announcements happened the week before. We almost get no surprises. So I feel like Last Guardian could be a nice surprise for Sony to throw in there.
Nintendo.
So Nintendo, this is an odd one. So Nintendo have done that. Again, they're not doing a press conference. They're going to do a Nintendo Direct video, which I quite like. And I had a problem with this at first. And I remember writing an opinion piece a couple of years ago when they stopped doing the press conferences, because I thought they were always the most exciting part of E3 for me, because I always felt like Nintendo were the ones that had the biggest secrets and are the best at keeping those secrets under wraps. But I kind of see what Nintendo's doing here. They're saying, we don't need journalists and the media. We're playing by our own. We're going to go straight to our consumers, and I respect that. And actually, because of it, that last year's Nintendo Direct was probably the most. It was the funniest and it was the most entertaining of all the conferences, even though it was sort of pre-recorded. But in terms of what we're going to get from Nintendo this year, it's a bit...
They've said that they're not going to show off any Zelda.
No Zelda. There's going to be no Zelda, and there's going to be no new Nintendo console, the NX. They're going to keep that under wraps for now, which makes sense. There will be Star Fox will be playable on the Wii U, the new Star Fox game. That's going to be interesting to see. But in terms of announcements, it's a bit, no one's really sure. So there's talk we're going to see new Animal Crossing, possibly. There's been a few hints. I think that's an obvious one for me. There hasn't yet been Animal Crossing released on the Wii U, so it makes sense for now to Nintendo to roll that out. Yeah. But other than that, it's quite quiet. I'm not sure if we're going to what to expect from Nintendo there. Really, I'm hoping, I'm crossing my fingers for something big. Yeah. A new Metroid would be amazing. Yeah. Or a new F-Zero or something. You know what I mean? Nintendo knows that people want a new Metroid. There could be some smartphone game stuff. I think we could see some stuff there in terms of what's going to be happening, because we're expecting. They
said they're working on so many, so
we're expecting to see the fruits of that labour this year. So I think it makes sense for Nintendo to do something,
or at least a little teaser in some kind of
way. At least a little teaser, but that's all. At the moment, it's all to play for. Other than that,
so what else are you excited for?
So other than that, we've got EA, we've got the new Mirror's Edge, which has just been confirmed to be Mirror's Edge Catalyst. Not a sequel, they say, but it's sort of like, I guess, a reboot, a reimagining, a prequel. I don't know what it is. But, I'm interested. Mirror's Edge it's an innovative idea, and I'm interested to see what they're going to do. Yeah, I did as well. For all its faults, I thought it was a really good idea, and I'm really interested to see what they're going to do with it there. Battlefront's obvious, Star Wars Battlefront. Very excited for that. We've seen a lot of it already. Hopefully, we're going to get our hands on it, get some really stuck into it, see what's really in there. Really excited for Battlefront. Ubisoft is going to be an interesting one. Now, we're not expecting too many surprises there. New Assassin's Creed, obviously, we're going to see some more of that. But there is talk of a Watch Dogs sequel. Now, we've known that this is going to be coming. They've dropped hints that they're working.
Well, they said it's going to be a franchise, haven't they? So
absolutely. They want it to be Watch Dogs be a franchise. Problem with Watch Dogs is so big. And the thing is with Watch Dogs, they showed off the first footage of Watch Dogs 2 years before it announced. And the end result was so different to what was shown off. And there was a lot of hoo-ha about the graphics being downgraded. I think people were concerned that because they released it across both generations, the PS3, Xbox 360 and the PS4 and Xbox One, that kind of limited what it became. So I'm wondering if we're going to see, Watch Dogs 2 to be, the version of Watch Dogs we actually wanted, just on next gen, just all out open worlder. I'm really hoping, it is the kind of...
the Assassin's Creed 2 effect of just being, like, this Assassin's Creed 2 was fantastic.
Yeah, absolutely. But I don't think, Watch Dogs is such a big thing, and a yearly franchise is probably a bad idea, a yearly iteration. So I think, if Ubisoft really want to win people over Watch Dogs, they need to go all out and turn it into a proper, big... I don't want it to be an Assassin's Creed, basically. So that'll be interesting. In terms of other stuff, Oculus are going to show off their consumer version of the Oculus Rift before E3. They're doing a pre-E3 show, and I expect we're going to see more, games for that. More people announcing games and stuff over the course of E3, and that's it. I think for this year so far. But it's going to be an interesting one as ever. I'm looking forward to it.
So hopefully a few surprises.
Hopefully a few surprises in the mix, but as I said, a lot of things have already been announced so far, so I'm hoping there are a few things that are still under wraps for next week.
So that's all for Tech Radar Talks today. Tell us what you want to see from E3 in the comments below, and we'll see you again soon.